Evangelical Alliance of Kenya, EAK, has advised its member churches to adhere to the guidelines issued by the government in combating the spread of coronavirus. The alliance has also advised their members and Kenyans at large to take precaution as directed by the Ministry of Health in places of worship or in any gathering. In a press briefing at EAK offices in Nairobi, EAK led by its chair, Bishop Dr. David Oginde, and Secretary General Reverend Connie Kivoti has called upon the church and the nation at large to a time of fasting and prayer. Our reporter Alice Diana now tells us more.
When the first case of coronavirus was first confirmed on Friday, several churches seemed to take the matter heavily and provide hand sanitizers to their congregants. Others providing water and soap at their entry points in the past weekend. So far, several churches have issued their members with statement advising their members. After President Uhuru Kenyatta on Sunday issued more directives, including encouraging citizens to avoid crowded places like in places of worship as a measure of combating the spread of coronavirus, the Evangelical Alliance of Kenya, EAK, has pledged to take good care of the flock that God has placed under them by adhering to these directives. The alliance, led by its chair, Bishop Dr. David Oginde, now wants the various leaders of its church members to discourage gathering of members in their church premises or at any church activities outside the church premises. The alliance has instead called on their members to congregate with their families at home so as to help curb the deadly COVID-19. EAK has further advised congregants that are unwell to adhere to self-quarantine measures, even as pastors visit and pray with them at their homes as they recuperate.
We advise our member churches to adhere to the directions that have been given by the government, and that includes ensuring that people don't congregate and so that this transmission is not enhanced. But each and every church, because our churches spread across the country, so we cannot give specific guidelines to every church on what they should do, but to ensure that that directive is adhered to.
The evangelicals in Kenya have also commended the move by President Uhuru Kenyatta to declare this coming Saturday a National Prayer Day. They have called upon all governors to follow Uhuru's directive and call for prayers in their respective counties so that the entire nation will be in prayer on that day.
Coronavirus scourge has affected our normal operations as a nation. And as the Church and Evangelical Alliance of Kenya family, we are in prayer for the nation and total protection of the citizenry from further offer prayers for protection of all Kenyans that God has placed in the different sectors in the bed of building this nation. Tafadhali, musikize yale maagizo ambayo yametolewa na serikali, tuyafuate. Kwa sababu najua hii virus haina alama kwa uso wa mtu. Ati mtu akiwa na virus inasema mimi niko nayo, hakuna. Kwa hivyo anaweza kuwa ndani ya matatu, anaweza kuwa dukani, anaweza kuwa kanisani. Kwa hivyo jambo la kwanza ni ile personal hygiene tunawafundisha, na ile kubuild immunity. Ile kujenga immunity katika mwili itasaidia sana.
The umbrella body of the evangelical churches has also encouraged the government to commit to making available all necessary resources to combat COVID-19. EAK has further called upon Christians to fast and pray for the nation so that God can deliver us from this pandemic.
Let's not lose focus of what God is speaking to the church. Let us all keep standing strong and in prayer. We are encouraging ourselves in the words of Psalms 23 and verse number 4, that even though I should walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me.
So far, Christ is the Answer Ministries CITAM, which is a member of EAK, has already suspended all its Sunday and midweek services for the next 3 weeks.
The engagement of the church in the fight against this virus is critical and crucial. Even as we go through this trying time as a nation, the church leaders have appealed to Christians not to lose focus of what God is speaking to the church. For Hope TV Newswatch in Nairobi, I'm Alice Diana.